What if your father's entire fortune, millions of dollars, was left to your sibling and you weren't even mentioned in the will? For most families, this would spark a bitter feud. But for Brooke Hogan, daughter of WWE legend Hulk Hogan, the story is very different. When Hulk Hogan passed away in July 2025 at age 71, the world mourned the wrestling icon who defined an era. But soon after, headlines shifted to his estate, an estimated $5 million. And what shocked fans wasn't just the number, but the fact that his son, Nick Hogan, was named the sole beneficiary. His daughter, Brooke, completely left out. On paper, it sounds like a family scandal waiting to explode. But Brooke quickly shut down any rumors of resentment. In an interview, she revealed that her exclusion was no surprise at all. In fact, she said it was something she had asked for, and she has no regrets. According to Brooke, her father always knew she was independent, a hard worker who didn't rely on his money. She insisted she's been living on her own terms for years, building her life without leaning on Hulk's fortune. But this decision goes deeper than dollars and cents. Brooke explained that her relationship with Hulk had been complicated, but not in the way people might think. She says they never had a big, dramatic fight. Instead, it was a series of private conversations, moments the public will never hear, that slowly created distance between them. She described her dad confiding in her about personal struggles and business pressures, burdens that weighed heavily on him. Brooke says she offered her support, begged him to rest, and reminded him he had nothing left to prove. Still, she noticed a shift in his later years. She and her husband even moved closer to Florida to be there for him, but suddenly, she found herself shut out of certain moments. For years, she stood by his side through dozens of surgeries, but then, almost without warning, she wasn't allowed to be there anymore. Brooke says it felt like an invisible wall went up, a barrier she couldn't break through. These emotional hurdles, combined with her own high-risk pregnancy, eventually forced her to step away from their relationship. She admitted the respectful disagreements took a toll, but deep down, she knows she did everything she could. Brooke described it powerfully. She would have run through a burning building for her father, and in many ways, she already did. So when the will was finally revealed, Brooke didn't see it as betrayal. She saw it as closure. Her peace comes from knowing her father understood the depth of her love, and that their bond, though strained, was real. For her, inheritance was never about money. It was about memories, effort, and a complicated love that the world will never fully understand. But here's the bigger question. Does this change how fans will remember Hulk Hogan's legacy? Some believe leaving everything to Nick signals trust, while others think it highlights the cracks in the Hogan family that reality TV only hinted at years ago. Rumors are already swirling about what this decision means for long-term family dynamics and whether more stories will surface. At the end of the day, Brooke's reaction may surprise people even more than the will itself. No anger, no lawsuits, just acceptance, and a reminder that sometimes love and money are two very different things. So, what do you think? Did Hulk's final decision reflect fairness, or a fractured family bond that could never be fully healed?